So how and why does an eye surgeon make YouTube videos? I was recently invited to give a presentation at this year's American Academy of Ophthalmology meeting. And the name of the talk is How Social Media Helps to Build Our Medical Practice. Well, I've had a YouTube channel since 2010, and over the past 13 years, I've created and uploaded about 243 videos, which have generated a little over 11.5 million views. And currently the channel that I have on YouTube has about 52,000 subscribers. So I thought I would use the creation of this presentation as an opportunity to actually create a video on how I make YouTube videos and answer a few basic questions. Now, everybody approaches social media differently, and I think very differently than most people. Everybody's unique. But in this video, I'm going to talk about what I like to discuss in my videos. We'll talk about the process that I go through to create each video, the gear I use, what editing software I use, what are the most popular videos by view count that I've made to date, how often I post a video, and we'll discuss what type of content that I like to post. And the flip side of that is what type of content do I avoid posting? And then finally, and most importantly, we'll address the question, which is the subject of our talk, which is what has been the impact of making YouTube videos to our medical practice? So I'm an ophthalmologist that specializes in cataract, lens implant, LASIK, and refractive surgery. So what do I like to discuss in my videos? It's ophthalmology. And who's my audience? It's the general public, and it's also other ophthalmologists. So most of my videos are focused on educating the general public about topics that are related to our practice, videos that educate our staff on what we do within our practice, and surgical cases that I think would be instructive for other ophthalmologists to learn from. And if the general population also finds these topics and videos interesting, that's great. Before we get into that list, let me talk about some of the principles that guide me on what I share on social media. Number one, does the video content provide value to the viewer? Number two, is the information objective and unbiased? And number three, is the video content the type of content that I would want to watch if I'm the viewer? What's the process that I go through to create each video? First, I think of a concept or idea that might be interesting to an audience. Secondly, I obtain video of the subject matter. Third, I write a script of what I want to say, and I make sure I choose my words wisely, because the internet is forever. And so whatever I say online, I have to be able to stand behind, and it must stand the test of time. Next, I'll think about what's the title of the video going to be. And then I'll also think about what should the thumbnail of the video look like. Then I'll record the video introducing the topic and the purpose of the video. Then I'll record the audio, I'll edit and produce the video. And this is a pretty time-consuming process. Each minute of video takes about 1 hour of production time in my hands. And I am the writer, videographer, sound guy, producer, editor, and it all starts and ends with me. And so unfortunately, I don't have a team that helps me with these things, and so it does take a lot of time. What gear do I use? This is my little setup here. And for the computer, I use a Mac Studio, and I try to get a fully loaded, maxed out Mac Studio whenever I get it. And my current Mac Studio I purchased in 2022. What cameras do I use? I'm shooting this on a Lumix S5 Mark II DSLR camera, and the other cameras I use, sometimes I'll use a GoPro or I'll use my iPhone. And this, as of September 2023, is an iPhone 14. In our operating room, I have a different camera setup, which I'll show. So this is our operating room microscope. It's a Panasonic 4K camera, and it is attached to our Zeiss operating room microscope by this attachment here. It's 4K. The cable goes up around and it connects to the back of this instrument here. And then this instrument is connected to a hard drive. It's a Panasonic UH532. And what is underappreciated but of exceptional importance is what microphone and audio is used within the video. I use a Shure SM7B. It's the same microphone that is used on Joe Rogan's podcast. It is connected directly to a Cloudlifter microphone activator, and then that microphone activator is connected to a Rode mixer, and that mixer saves the audio onto this micro SD card. And just as one has to edit video, one has to also edit the audio to match it up with the appropriate video. So that, again, is time consuming. Let me demonstrate a quick sound and video difference check. This is video from my iPhone 14, and I'm just speaking in a normal tone of voice, and the speaker from the iPhone is the audio. Now I have my AirPods plugged into my ears, and the audio in this video is emanating from the speakers in my AirPods. Now this is the video and audio coming from my Lumix S5 Mark II DSLR camera. There's no external microphone, it's just the natural microphone of the camera. And then lastly, this is the Shure external microphone as the audio source with the Lumix camera, and you can judge it for yourself if the audio quality from the Shure microphone connected to a mixer sounds better than the other audio sources, and how effective and more pleasant it may be to listen to audio from this type of microphone. What video editing software do I use? I use Final Cut Pro, which is an app that you purchase through the App Store, and all Macs come with a consumer native application called iMovie. Final Cut Pro is the more commercial grade, kind of more capable video editing software that is used in Macs. What videos have received the most views on my YouTube channel? They're shown here in this image, and I think a common theme here is that the most viewed videos are videos that educate the general population, people who are seeking answers to commonly asked questions, such as, what should I expect on the day of cataract surgery? Or, I have a bump on my eyelid. What is that? Or, if I'm considering LASIK or elective eye surgery and I'm in my mid-40s or older, what should I know? Or, what should I expect during and after my cataract surgery? One of my older videos that I posted in 2013 talks about cornea transplantation. There's a video that I posted around 2017 where it's pretty much a once in a lifetime case that I saw. It's a patient who had a type of worm that was inside their eye. I have some other surgical videos on surgical techniques of cataract surgery. I have certain videos that compare one lens implant type versus a different lens implant type. And then sometimes you just get lucky. So Dr. Will Flannery, who's an ophthalmologist who goes by Dr. Glaucomflecken, he presented a talk at the American Society of Cataract and Refractive Surgery in 2022, and I simply just recorded his video and then posted his presentation, and amazingly enough, it's received over 400,000 views over the past year and a half. And the YouTube algorithm is kind of unpredictable. In retrospect, I really did not know, and I still don't know, if or when I post a video, how many views or how popular or how much traction it'll gain with the YouTube audience and algorithm. So I pretty much just post what I want to post, and YouTube will do what YouTube wants to do with each of my videos. How often do I post? Well, over the past year, at the time of making this video, I have produced about 43 videos. And most of the video production I do is on weekends, because during the week, I simply don't have enough time to invest in making a video. If you'll indulge me, I'd like to share some of my personal views on social media. I use social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, but I primarily view these social media applications. I don't post a lot to them. I probably post to my personal Facebook account and Instagram account 1, maybe 2 posts a year. On Twitter, that's probably my preferred application. I enjoy watching it and learning from it. But again, I post relatively infrequently. I probably post maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. In this chart, I've put together topics that I don't post. And it's pretty self-explanatory when you look at it. And I find the vast majority of people on social media post images and videos and commentary on these topics. And whether they realize it or not, it does strike me as being somewhat self-serving, narcissistic, and there's a sense that people want to portray their best selves. And I always think that that's not what I'm about. So I choose not to share these types of posts. What I like to post is shown in this slide. And it's, again, the guiding principles behind what I post are, am I providing value to the viewer? Is the information that I'm presenting objective and unbiased? And would I personally like to see the material that I post if I were the viewer? So I have mixed feelings about social media. I use it. I enjoy looking at a lot of things on social media. However, there are a lot of things I do not enjoy looking at on social media. But despite how imperfect YouTube might be, it has greatly benefited our medical practice here in Austin, Texas. We see patients traveling from literally around the world to see us because of what they saw on our YouTube channel. We see different patients from around the state of Texas, hundreds of miles away from Austin, on a daily basis. We see patients from all 50 states around the United States on a weekly basis. And we see patients from all over the globe, from Asia to the Middle East to Canada to Europe, on a monthly basis. And it's my belief that there's no way that these patients, or many of these patients, would come see us because of what they may have seen on our website or what word of mouth would have created. These patients are finding us because YouTube is a highly utilized search engine, and patients go to YouTube and Google looking for answers to questions they have about medical and healthcare. And I'm very thankful and grateful to the YouTube platform for helping to grow our medical practice. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you found the information to be helpful. And I'll continue to create and post more videos in the future. And thank you for your time and for watching all these videos. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.